Okay, so today we are diving into Iran's new Nazir radar system,
Okay.
which is pretty fascinating, right? This isn't just like
Yeah.
any old radar.
Right.
It's actually a big move strategically for Iran.
Yeah.
And it really could change things up in the region.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, think about it. 800-kilometer range
Wow.
on top of a mountain overlooking the Caspian Sea.
That's huge.
It's huge. And maybe even some connection to potential threats, like from Israel.
Interesting.
Pretty intriguing stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what makes this radar system, the Nazir, so special?
Well, the key thing is that it's designed to detect objects that are meant to stay hidden,
Oh, really?
like cruise missiles,
Oh, wow.
which are, as you know, very difficult to pick up on radar.
Right, right.
So that gives Iran a major advantage when it comes to, early warning and response capabilities.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So if we're looking at like the actual specs of this thing, like how far can it actually see?
So the Nazir, it can pick up aircraft that are 280 kilometers away if they're flying at 50 meters.
Right.
But bump that up to 18 kilometers,
Yeah.
the range increases to 800 kilometers.
Oh, that's a big difference.
It is, yeah. Even at 5 kilometers high, it can detect aircraft 500 kilometers away.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
That's incredible. And that's all thanks to where it's placed, right?
Exactly.
Mount Sumam.
Yes, Mount Sumam. It's in Gilan Province, right on the Caspian Sea.
Okay.
But the thing is, it's over 3,700 meters high.
Oh, wow.
And, the higher you are, the
Yeah.
farther you can see, right?
Makes sense.
So that means that this radar doesn't just cover Iran, it actually reaches into parts of Russia,
Right.
Azerbaijan,
Right.
Armenia, Turkey, it even gets into Central Asia.
So that's a pretty significant area.
Yeah.
And we talk about all those countries.
Whoa.
Why is it so important for Iran to be keeping an eye on those places?
Well, Iran, they're surrounded by all these countries that they have, complicated relationships with,
Right.
and they see potential threats coming from, different directions.
Yeah.
So this radar, it gives them the ability to like see these potential attacks early on,
Oh, okay.
which gives them more time to respond.
Makes sense. So more time to prepare.
Exactly. Yeah.
Speaking of potential threats,
Yeah.
We talked about Azerbaijan.
Right.
There's some buzz about potential attacks coming from there,
Hmm.
maybe even from Israel, using Azerbaijan as a base. What's the deal with that?
Yeah. So there have been some claims coming from Iranian sources
Yeah.
suggesting that Israel might be using Azerbaijani airspace to launch attacks,
Why?
possibly even like drone attacks.
Really?
Now, it's important to remember these are just claims. We don't,
Yeah.
we don't have solid evidence.
Yeah, of course.
But it does highlight how strategically important this region is to Iran. And, how this new Nazir radar could be a game changer in terms of, picking up on those threats and maybe even responding to them.
So it's like it gives Iran a sense of security,
Exactly.
like a security blanket
Yeah.
in a place where they feel a little surrounded.
Yeah, they feel surrounded by potential adversaries.
Right. And it's pretty incredible how quickly they put this thing together.
It is, yeah.
I mean, they started building it in 2022,
Right?
finished it in 2023,
That's fast.
and it's supposed to be fully operational by early 2025. That's really impressive.
It is. It shows you how seriously they're taking their security concerns.
Yeah.
And it also shows you, just how much their technology is advancing.
So zooming out a little bit here,
Okay.
what does this all mean for the region?
Right.
Iran now has this new power. How does that change the whole security landscape?
Well, it definitely, shifts the balance of power.
Okay.
It could potentially deter some aggressors. Knowing that, okay, Iran has these advanced warning capabilities.
Right. They can see us coming.
Yeah, exactly. But it could also, on the flip side,
Yeah.
increase tensions with their neighbors
Right.
who might look at this and say, wait, hold on, is this a threat to us?
That's a really good point. I mean, this radar, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah.
Is it going to make things more stable?
Right.
Or could it, accidentally start more conflict?
Yeah. It's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
It's complicated.
It is, and there's really no easy answers.
Yep.
It's something we're all going to have to watch closely.
Absolutely.
It really makes you think, right?
Yeah.
For everyone listening, could this radar actually be, a force for peace?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a deterrent, or could it end up making things worse?
Right.
It's a really complex situation. There's a lot to think about there.
Definitely.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, that's it for our deep dive today.
Great talking to you.
Yeah, always good talking to you.
Thanks.
All right, we'll see you next time.